right. Of course, yesterday we saw the president for the first time in public since the release of that damning independent panel report that found he has an impeachment case to answer. It's understood now. Many in the ANC are closing ranks around its president ahead of that crucial vote in Parliament tomorrow. One of the people who was with the president at Nasrec is the national spokesperson of the party, Phala, who has finally been able to join us. You're no longer being load shed, yeah?
Yeah, no, thanks, Bongana. I had a terrible load shedding incident. I had planned to talk to you much earlier.
No worries. Let's get straight into it. Listen, I'll start with a naughty question because there's been a flurry of activity since Thursday. We've seen everyone from the national chairperson, Gwede Mantashe, even your predecessor, Zizi Kodwa, giving interviews in defense of the president. We've hardly seen you.
I'm actually the one who has been saying to them, Kadas, when you all speak, you overshadow the voice of the ANC. Bogan, we are the first people. The national spokesperson was the first to speak when these reports came out, to really put a perspective out to the public that there would not be any grounds to ask the president of the ANC to step aside because he has not been criminally charged or indicted to appear in a court of law.
What we do know is that he wanted to step aside. We know that for sure. He wanted to resign and was persuaded to stay and fight.
Well, I don't know that because he has never said that to us in a formal meeting of the ANC. You see, Bongani, in the ANC, we rely on what we discuss in meetings, not what is being reported in the media. You see, I'm not a journalist. I'm a member of the National Executive Committee. So in meetings that I have said of the NEC, we have never discussed any of what is out there in the public.
All right, let's go with your explanation. Let's say that he was never going to resign. He obviously then in that instance would want to keep his job. Should he therefore, if he wants to keep the job, not become accountable directly to Parliament and actually fill in those gaps that remain unexplained?
Well, Bongani, maybe just to put the proper perspective, it is not my space or my place to say the president wants to resign or doesn't want to resign, just to clear that air. And I don't remember an instance where the president of the ANC has evaded accountability or refused to account to Parliament. Parliament initiated the Section 89 process led by an independent panel. The purpose of that exercise by the independent panel was not to pronounce on the guilt or innocence of the president.
Yes.
It had to really pronounce on grounds for impeachment. And it arrived at a conclusion of prima facie evidence. Now, when our members of Parliament go to the National Assembly tomorrow, they will be debating whether to accept or reject that report. The National Executive Committee of the ANC is sitting today. We will update them on the outcomes of our National Working Committee. We'll allow them to make deliberations. Upon conclusions, we'll rise from that meeting with a decision of the NEC that either directs our members to accept or reject that report. What we anticipate is the overall discipline of members of the ANC that have been deployed by this glorious movement to members of Parliament. As matters stand, the ANC has not formulated a position. It is going to allow members of the NEC to ventilate on these issues after and then give them recommendations of the NWC. Afterwards, as we rise, we will deposit our position out to the public in the manner and way that we have done in the past.
But ultimately, what we're already hearing from the process of the NWC is that the caucus is going to be instructed to reject the vote of impeachment, to reject setting up that committee. And I'm saying to you, surely a president who has said to the nation that he is about a reform agenda, surely a president who is saying that that's his legacy, must break with the past and say even if the ANC has the numbers in Parliament, he will subject himself to answering those questions about what we don't know.
Okay, Bongani, you are asking the national spokesperson of the ANC, who also sits in the National Working Committee, to talk to you on radio and confirm hearsay. When you say what we are already hearing, it's hearsay, my brother, because we have not issued a statement of the NWC. Respectfully, Bongani, when you ask us to come to your stations and talk to yourselves, is to assist your listeners with facts, to empower them on discussions that have taken place. We did not issue a statement of the working committee. We are not going to be doing so. We will communicate formally a position of the ANC upon conclusion of the NEC. My appeal to the media is that let us avoid relying on leaks, especially on such sensitive matters as this one. I can tell you now, throughout this weekend, I have seen media outlets reporting on which meetings we are going to hold, not informed by anyone, but informed by those that they talk to in the NEC. The reason why you had the voices of Comrade Zizi, like you are saying, and others in the NEC is because the media, knowingly on who is the spokesperson of the ANC, decides to talk to all other members of the NEC. You are making their life difficult. They rose in the NWC yesterday and requested me that Pule, please make the media aware that you are the mouthpiece of the ANC up until the 16th of December, you know.
And that's why we have you on the line. I suppose one final question. Come 16th of December, you want to be the ANC's Mr. Moneybags. As Treasurer General, if you get that position, how will you turn the party's fortunes around?
You see, Morgan, I have always avoided the temptation to talk about a campaign in the very same discussion where I'm dealing with issues that have got to do with my role as treasurer. With my age, I almost myself.
There's a Freudian slip. You are reading that. You are reading that.
No, but I'm saying, well, because it has already been pronounced by Comrade Kgalema, especially our qualification from those nominations, we are hoping for the best. I mean, everyone who contests hopes that they will win, you know. So no one goes into a contest hoping that they will lose.
All right.
We've spoken to 702 Sidimadia. We've explained our plans, shared our little experiences. It is now, as Christians would say, we now leave it in the hands of the people.
Amen. Pule Mabe, the ANC's national spokesperson, a would-be Treasurer General. We'll watch this space. Appreciate your time this morning.
Current events, developing stories,
tough questions.
Your voice making a difference.
This is Breakfast with Bongani Bingwa.